Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, December 30th. Wow. One more day after today. And then we go into 2025. Margaret Lloyd here with Eternal Shift, New Life Ahead. Welcome. Let's see, we're going to on to part 2 of our When the Body Says No. So, we went through the signs, and now we're into, if you tend to internalize your stress in any of these ways. So those ways were you don't like to say no or disappoint others. You feel obligated to help others. You are a caregiver for someone. You are an overachiever, a workaholic. Live in reaction to others. I do that, and I try so hard not to. You put others' happiness before your own, absolutely. You're a perfectionist, yes, sort of. You're worried about other people's opinions and judgments, not necessarily. You feel inadequate, yes. You don't like to ask for help, or you feel that you don't need help, correct? You feel that you have to be the strong one, yes, because I was the oldest, and so I felt like I had to be the strong one. You're hypervigilant. You feel that you need to be in control, yes, because again, I was the oldest. That's what I should do. Let's see. You avoid conflict. I try to. You feel most comfortable conforming to others' expectations. Unfortunately, yes. Not anymore. You don't like to offend others. You never feel angry. This may mean that you aren't recognizing or processing your anger. I feel angry. I feel anger all the time. I feel it just fine. You feel angry but don't express it outwardly. That's true. So, if you tend to internalize your stress in any of these ways, it means to some extent, and maybe to a great extent, you're repressing your emotions. Your repressing emotions prevents active release of stress through either the fight or flight responses. If you tend to repress or deny your emotions, not experiencing them or expressing them outwardly, you're likely triggering your stress response without being aware of it. And I think I do that a lot. I shouldn't, but I think I do. We're all pretty familiar with the classic personality categories of type A, a competitive, fast-moving, hard-working, tense, and type B, easygoing, mild-mannered, not competitive. Dr. Mattei describes personality type C, which was first proposed in relationship to skin cancer. Type C personalities may appear to be like type B in that they are cooperative, patient, passive, accepting. But while type B personalities express their anger, fear, and sadness, type Cs tend to suppress negative emotions, especially anger, while maintaining a strong, happy facade. That was me, as we'll discuss in the next section. Okay, so here we go. Emotional repression in chronic disease. Okay. Dr. Mattei devotes sections of his book to a range of diseases, including lung, breast, prostate and skin cancer, multiple sclerosis, rheumatoid arthritis, irritable bowel syndrome, asthma, ALS, Alzheimer's, and more. He presents a great deal of research showing the strong correlation between emotional repression and disease. And he'll touch on a few interesting findings. A study, eyes are watery. I need to go get my glasses. I'm sorry, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. My eyes are tired today for some reason. So I gotta wear my glasses so I can see. Now I can see. Okay. So a study followed 1,400 people for 10 years and compared rate of disease to personality traits. Cancer incidence was 40 times higher among people who repressed their anger than among those who did not. Another study found the rate of lung cancer to be 5 times higher among men who did not express their emotions effectively. An 1984 study measured emotional stress in groups of people with skin cancer, heart disease, and no medical illness. When the psychological stress response was the same in all three groups, the skin cancer group was the most likely to deny awareness of feeling anxious, upset, or being exposed to unpleasant or depressing stimuli. A medical psychiatric study of people with rheumatoid arthritis found that they had remarkably similar physiological characteristics, notably compensating hyper-independence, a belief that they could get through everything by themselves with no help from others. Other psychological studies of RA patients have found that they tend to exhibit perfectionism, fear of their own anger, and denial of hostility or strong feelings of inadequacy. Research shows that asthmatic children tend to receive more criticism from their parents, and when these children feel frustrated or criticized, their airways narrow. Okay. I just thought, because my mother said that she, as a child, had asthma, but never had it after that. So maybe that was caused by her for some reason. So, a study of over 700 ulcerative colitis patients found a high proportion of them to have obsessive compulsive traits such as conscientiousness, as well as reduced emotional expression, over intelligization, rigid attitudes towards morality and standards of behavior. Studies show that between 85 and 90% of multiple sclerosis sufferers experience stressful or traumatic life events leading up to the emergence of their symptoms. Dr. Mattei describes a phenomenon that has long been observed by doctors who treat patients with ALS. The patients are almost always extremely nice people They are pleasant and easy to deal with. Don't ask for help and never complain. Neurologists from the Cleveland Clinic presented a paper called "Why Are Patients with ALS So Nice?" At an international symposium, when technicians have completed their tests on people who have ALS and don't know the results yet, they often include a comment like, "This patient cannot have ALS. He or she is not nice enough." And almost invariably they are correct. ALS sufferers are also often described as being workaholics, overachievers, and having a compulsive sense of duty to others. Putting yourself first and feeling angry. Putting yourself first is what is important. Dr. Mattei conducted over 100 interviews for his book and observed that people with chronic diseases are often woken up by their diagnosis. It took their body saying no for them to finally realize that they need to take care of themselves and put themselves first. Yeah, well, I didn't. I got the diagnosis of diabetes thinking that my life would be okay. And I knew it was going to be a rough road, but I didn't envision what it went through. So I'm still in that. My body said no, and now I have to heal myself. 30 years later. For people who love to take care of others, feel a sense of duty to serve and derive personal fulfillment from helping people. It can be, and I used to feel that. Now it just frustrates the heck out of me to have to help somebody. And I hate that I feel that way. No, it was just a car. No need to bark. No. What? Do you want out? Do you want out there? Want to go see Shasha? Hmm? If you want me to pet you, you have to come over here. Okay, so people who love to take care of others feel a sense of duty to serve and derive personal fulfillment from helping people. It can be extremely challenging to put themselves first. If that describes you, you might feel selfish or guilty when you do things that are just for you. But as ED, a prostate cancer patient interviewed by Dr. Mattei, "If I feel guilty, wonderful, hallelujah. It means I must have done something right, acted on my own behalf for a change." If you feel a compulsive need to help others, always remind yourself that you can't truly help anyone else if you don't take care of yourself. This is why we put on our own oxygen mask before putting on our child's. Gilda Radner, who suffered from ovarian cancer, wanted to help heal every cancer patient. She finally realized, close to her death, that she could not. It's important to realize that you have to take care of yourself because you can't take care of anybody else until you do. And that is true. There's a wonderful chapter near the end of When the Body Says No. That's a book by Dr. Mattei. I will read this book. Discusses the power of negative thinking. When positive thinking is not genuine, when we use it to tune out or deny negative thoughts, it's detrimental to our health. It is emotional repression. In his words, the power of negative thinking requires the removal of rose-colored glasses. Allowing yourself to acknowledge and process your negative emotions, including anger, is critical for your health. At other extremes, constantly flying into fits of rage is not healthy, but there is a balance in the middle where you recognize and express your anger in a constructive way. Physician and psychotherapist Alan Kalpin describes anger as being both empowering and relaxing. It can be. It's a psychological experience without acting out. The experience is one of a surge of power going through the system, along with mobilization to attack. There is simultaneously a complete disappearance of anxiety. When healthy anger is starting to be experienced, you don't see anything dramatic. What you do see is a decrease of all muscle tension. The mouth is opening wider because the jaws are more relaxed. The voice is lower in pitch because the vocal cords are more relaxed. The shoulders drop and you see all signs of muscle tension disappearing. As Dr. Mattei writes, anger does not require hostile acting out. The key is to not suppress the experience of it. Give yourself permission to feel angry. If you want to get motivated, put yourself first. Read the incredible book, When the Body Says No. You'll learn a lot about yourself and loved ones. Most importantly, you'll learn the importance of saying no. I think I will be going to the library today to see if I can find the book and read and learn more about this, because this is very interesting, that what we do how we react. I always knew that how you reacted to things could affect your body and mind and all that stuff. So this is very important. We all need to be reading this book, because if we're all under such anxiety, depression, angst, we need help. And I think this book could be a good thing to read. Because I know stress can cause problems. I know stress can cause headaches. I know stress can cause ulcers. So why can't stress cause other things? And depression? Because our bodies are so complex. And it is interesting that everything we do in life on a daily basis can affect our health. So we have to be sure that we take care of ourselves. And if we are taking care of others, take care of them. But first and foremost, we need to be sure and take care of this. We need to take care of our mind. Because if our mind isn't right, our body won't be right. And I don't know about you, but I want my body to be right. I want my body to be happy. If there's any way, anything I could ever do to help a person get over all this stress and depression that's going around, and our world doesn't help us much. Our world is going through such turmoil. It just would be so nice if we could all just get along and around the world. Not be so greedy. You know, when God put us on this earth, He put us on this earth to multiply and expand, but not to be so greedy that we want each other's land. Share the land. It is what it is. It's land. It's not gold. It's just land. And we need to not be so greedy. It's not good for us. So let's not kill each other over land. Let's stop the nonsense. Let's make the world a better place. I know a lot of musicians have tried, Michael Jackson, We Are the World, They all tried to make it a better place. But if you don't, if the rulers of these countries don't want peace, then there won't be. So that's what these influential people in the world need to do. That's what they need. They need to go to the rulers of these countries and tell them to take a chill pill. Chill out. Quit being so nasty, so mean to each other. Have some peace. That's what we all need. We just need peace. Peace out. Love you all. We'll talk tomorrow. Another day. Another beautiful, glorious day that God gives us. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. I love getting comments. Have a wonderful day.